Will, do you want to get us started?
Greg, do you see the Manchester City game as a chance to sort of kick-start the season, given the form that you're in?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a kick-start. I mean, we've played, I think, 15 matches. So there's been such a lot happened in those 15 matches. I think I've been here 4 months. Feels a lot longer than 4 months, to be honest. And it's just been, you know, a season that obviously is unique. We see Man City as an opportunity to play against one of the best teams in the world. Completely different game to what we've just faced, but obviously very, very complicated and tough. But you need those games as well. You need these ones. As much as we want to win and you know, I don't want to sound like it's acceptable to lose. It's not, but unfortunately part of the game is dropping points, is not succeeding. You've got to suffer, you've got to try to get better. When I think back to how I've got to this point, it's a lot of the things that have got me to this point are the setbacks and the moments of struggle. So it's not about thinking whether it's a kickstart or not. It's focus on the next match, try to improve, try to get better.
Everton had a plan for Erling Haaland. They seem to rile him up. Have you got a particular plan for that man, given the form that he's in?
Well, I mean, I've just come straight off a game against Nottingham Forest, so my focus has 100% been on that. But obviously, that you know, Haaland, he's had a fantastic season. The goals there are amazing. It's a top team. So, but we have to, like I said, think about ourselves, think about how we can do better, think about how we can take steps forward in terms of our game, and that's the approach we'll have.
They have dropped points to Manchester City in 5 games this season. How do you go about causing a team like that problems, Greg?
Well, we have to play well ourselves. That's the key, and then you have to understand the quality that they have and try to stop it. I mean, it doesn't sound simple when I articulate it now, but it's obviously in reality it's not so straightforward. But they're a top team, but we can cause them a problem. We can be ourselves and try to play well and try to put them under pressure. We need to use Stamford Bridge, and then see what happens.
And the fact that you're playing them twice in 4 days, does that come into play in terms of the approach and the mentality?
No. I think you can only focus on the first game. You're just 100% onto that.
Okay, Adam.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
I know you don't like to talk about specific players in January, so I just want to ask you, from your opinion, what areas of the squad do you think you might want to improve this time, based on what you've learned so far about it?
Well, it's a good question, but the problem is if I answer it and I'm specific with the answer, every single player in that area will be linked with Chelsea. So I have to dodge it, and I hope you understand why I'm dodging it. I always answer that part of the question by saying I'm the head coach, so my responsibilities are the players that are here. And then we'll try in every window to try and improve. And January is a complicated one because it's January and it's the middle of the season. And in the meantime, we have to deal with all the noise that is Chelsea getting linked with everybody. And again, I don't comment on any player that's not a Chelsea player. But always doesn't change. It's a boring answer, but my job is to help the players that are here and then support the club in terms of decisions they make in terms of how to improve.
Yeah, hi Graham.
Hi.
The 2 City games, obviously big games for Raheem Sterling. I mean, I guess it's good for him to come in on the back of a goal today, but how would you assess his time at Chelsea so far?
Well, I think it's been a challenge for him. I think, but it's been a challenging period for everybody. You know, there's a lot of change, a lot of things have happened. So in that regard, it's never easy to completely settle and completely hit the ground running. There's more to come from Raheem, I'm sure, but he gives his best every day, and we need to help him get to the level that we know he can get to.
Graham, taking back to the aftermath of the League Cup game, and I saw you and Pep having quite a nice long conversation. Not obviously asking you to shed complete details of what it's like, but is that a sign of the sort of relationship you have and respect that you have that Pep has for you, that perhaps Chelsea fans don't realise or perhaps understand yet, sort of like this esteem that you're held in when the Man City coach talks to you like that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you understand that when results aren't like you want them to be, there's always people that can question you, obviously, and because because you're a human being and you don't do everything perfect. There's always room to improve. So it's not like the people that are criticising you aren't 100% wrong. You know, you get that. But I think if you did the research on football and not just Pep, but other people within the game that have played against my teams and have sort of watched the work that I've done, I think there's a general level of respect. There certainly is from my perspective to him, because he's fantastic. He's a fantastic person, but also as what he's achieved as a footballer and what he's achieved as a coach is amazing.
Is it sort of, I don't know if it sounds a bit trite, but is he sort of encouraging you in what you're doing or backing you for the fact you're now at Chelsea and going toe to toe with him?
No, it was more a general football conversation. You know, he understands the challenges that we have here, and he's faced some similar ones himself. And it was just a conversation after a game that you have with football coaches. And we're going to speak to Steve after this game, so I'll have the similar conversation. It's nice. I think it's good. I think it's good that managers can speak, because it's complicated when you're out there and there's emotions and we're all fighting for the points. But afterwards, it's nice to be able to speak as human beings and talk about the game.
Now, Fofana was here today, wasn't he? What's the plan for him? How involved is he going to be?
Well, we still need to wait for the clearances and all that formalities, and then we have to. He's been on a bit of a break, so we'll give him some time to train and then assess him, and then find out the best solution in terms of how to take his next step of his career.
I just wanted to ask about Edouard Mendy. How's his shoulder injury? And do you think he'll be back soon?
He's been training a little bit more than he was, so not fully fit, I would say, at the moment. But hopefully, the next week or so, he might make some progress.
And did everyone else come through the game all right? Fresh injury?
As far as I know, yeah. Double checked, but as far as I know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
So let's go back to one section and just ask the Fofana figure who's on the stand today. Can I just ask where you are with current plans of it?
Yeah, just answered that.
All right, sorry.
Cheers.